At first I was very skeptical until I actually experienced it myself, and then I was like, all right, okay, I see that this is not fake, it is real. Especially if you try to, in a sense, communicate with them. I've tried to communicate before, and I've actually had an experience with my daughter. She passed away when she was 22, and I'm sitting on a chair in the hallway, and I fell asleep. So I see my daughter walking down the hallway, down the stairs. She came over to me. She kissed me on my cheek, because she always kissed me on my right cheek. And I went like that. I woke up, I was like, I felt my cheek was wet. You know, like when somebody gives you a kiss on your cheek, it's a little damp. And I just said, thank you. Appreciate that.
Whoa.
What? What?
I just look like someone's standing right here.
So this has got a pretty intense history, and it's one of those locations where there are a lot of claims and not a ton of actual factual evidence to back it up. But essentially, 1885, Edward Mentz opens the hotel with his partner, Mr. Renfro. At that time, it's considered the Renfro Hotel. It's in a great spot because it's really close to the Mammoth Caves. So we're going to be super, super close to the Mammoth Caves here, which is pretty exciting. Then later on, the hotel is going to burn down. In 1904, pretty much everything is lost. Almost none of the original items are salvageable. They rebuild the hotel. It's now called the Mentz Hotel, and it's in all of the papers. I mean, like, this is the place to stay when you come to the Mammoth Caves. Also interesting is Edward Mentz worked for the Mammoth Cave Railroad, and then there was this really controversial thing where the company tried to pin something on him, and so he quit because he was getting all of this. He was used as a scapegoat, essentially. So now his entire life is at the hotel. He dies of paralysis in 1909. Now his son, George Mentz, takes over and spends a long time trying to, like, sell the place. I don't think he wanted to keep it, but he's living there. He doesn't have a choice. He also dies there. The next owner of the hotel is a Mrs. Fishback, I think her name is. Let me double check that. And she is also going to die at the hotel. So pretty much everybody that owned the hotel would go ahead and die at the hotel.
Really?
Yeah,
Crazy.
Which is really interesting.
So don't buy that place, man.
Then you have in 1946, from about 1951 to 1952, it becomes the Bulk School for Junior Boys.
Okay.
And their slogan is Bulk builds better boys. And it's like this really popular school to send your kids to. They also run an Elks Lodge out of the place during that time. The story is that the school closed because one of the little boys died in like a pond behind the building. I couldn't find any actual documentation of that, but that's what people believe, so could be not true. Then all of a sudden, it becomes a nursing home. And that's from like 1952 to 1962. So the story is for 10 years, there was 80 funerals in this place. But that's the story. I have only found documentation of 13 people dying at the nursing home during the 10 years, and I haven't found evidence in any of the obituaries that any of their funerals were held in the hotel, or the nursing home, sorry. And I think that's because they had a couple funeral homes in town. It doesn't really make sense that they would have the funeral in the building at that time. And it's also, you know, the 1950s, 1960s, that wasn't as common at the time. So
Right.
I don't know if that's just a really good story or if there were actually some funerals held in the place. I wasn't able to find any documentation that there was ever funerals there.
Well, still 13 deaths is pretty significant.
Definitely, and that's not even including the owners. That is not including George or Ed Mentz or Mrs. Fishback. So all of them died there. Then it becomes an inn again, and it changes hands a bunch of times until it lands in Gary and Karen's hands.
Okay.
And that's who owns it now. Well, Karen, thank you so much for having us in your beautiful bed and breakfast. If you wouldn't mind introducing yourself and telling us how you came upon acquiring the place.
Okay, Karen Baldwin Carroll, and we had a vision for this when we were 34, and we moved to Kentucky in 2006, and we almost got it in 2010, but it took another 5.5 years, and we finally got it in 2015, and fulfilled our vision.
I mean, it's definitely an enchanting building, and it's certainly seen a lot of lives over its many years. It's been everything from a family home to an inn to a school for boys to a nursing home, and now an inn again. So I would love to talk about the history a little bit, because it's varied and vast and really kind of unique. I have a deep admiration for Edward Mentz, who started this place with, I believe, his partner, Mr. Renfro.
Correct. So Mr. Mentz ran Mammoth Cave Railroad Company, 1853 to 1909 when he passed. But he was very good at being an entrepreneur, and they would come to Bell's Tavern, and that burnt down in 1860. So he took the carriage house and made it the first Mentz Hotel on the corner. And then 25 years later, Mr. Renfro's like, I've got money, and you need a nice place. So they built one in 1885. 1903, it burned down. 1905, he built this. And there's a picture of he and his wife and daughter and her husband and the porter up by the porch in 1906. So we got a shot of who Mr. Mentz is.
I would love to talk about when it was Bethwood Nursing Home.
Okay.
So I've heard some pretty large numbers of people that have died here. I have personally found documentation of at least 13 that did die in the home. But I remember you saying something about that funerals were held in the home. Do you know when that would have been?
I just heard they were, because I wasn't here, but we had numerous people say, oh, my great-grandma was there, or my great-aunt was there, and we used to go visit her there. But we heard there was funerals right here in the entry, in the foyer. So
I'm really curious if that would have been for the nursing home?
yes,
Okay.
definitely.
Okay.
Yeah. They may have had, if a local died, and the graveyard's just up the street from us, so they may have had a funeral here, just to have a funeral here, but I doubt it. It was probably just for the people in the nursing home. So
Interesting.
that's a large number. I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. So
Interesting.
I have found documentation for 13 of the Bethwood residents who have passed in the home. I do know Ed Mentz died in the home, George Mentz died in the home, and Mrs. Fishback died in the home. So there is a large number of people that have passed in this home. And, to me, that's not an innately creepy thing. I think it's a beautiful place. People didn't want to leave. And I think if you have the choice, passing in your own home is always more comfortable than in a hospital. It's not as sterile. It's surrounded by places and people that you love. And this seems to be a place that was well loved by a lot of people. And we are here because we want to investigate the supposed hauntings that apparently take place here. Have you had any personal experiences, or what are the most common things that people tell you that have stayed here?
Personally, I just feel like a thickness or whatever, but I've had numerous people stay or come and walk around and say they see the same ghosts in the same place, and I don't have that gift, so that's a good thing. But they'll tell me, Mr. Mentz and his daughter's right here, and Mr. Balsh is over here, and the porter's up there, and his wife's down the hallway here in the same white dress that's in the picture. And so it's just interesting. Room 7, people say there's all kinds of people in there. People have had stuff happen in room 9 where things disappear, and then like 3 months later they'll reappear. And then people will see somebody walk by on the porch, think, oh, a guest. Nobody. I can't tell you how many times I've gone to the front door thinking somebody just walked by.
Wow, because you literally saw them walk past the windows.
And not just me. Our innkeepers that we've had, a couple different ones, they've seen it. Gary's seen it. Yeah, my husband.
Is there a section of the inn that you feel or guests say is more active? And are there specific things they tend to always see in specific rooms?
Yes. So Gary's daughter passed away in 2006, and for some reason, guests have seen it. People just looking have seen it. She's in room number 7. Well, one guest said, I need to tell you something. There's a young lady in there. And so I showed her a picture, and she said, "Yep, that's her." And her husband says, "No, it's a girl with dark curly hair." Well, her friend died 6 years later. And so I found a picture of her, and he said, "That's her." So for some reason, they're here, even though we didn't have this till 2015. And then a lady had passed away in that room, and her son found her and covered her with a pillow, and then they accused him of smothering her, which he didn't.
Oh, wow.
So this friend that can hear and stuff, she said, no, she said she died peacefully, and that he didn't do that to her. Her son was a good person.
And what room did that take place
That's in 7.
Okay, so 7 seems to be a quite active room.
Yeah, and the previous owners, he went up to get a tool for his dad and said he saw a guy warming his hands in that room, and there was a little burn hole on the floor. It wasn't all the way through, but it was burnt and dipped. And I'm like, huh. When he told me that, I was like wondering why there was a burn spot. So.
Do you have any idea what room that might have been? Like, was there any family members that maybe had stayed in that room at all?
No, our family, no. But there's numerous times people have said they heard people running in the halls at night. Guess one lady goes, "You had people running in your hall last night." Well, I didn't want to tell her, but they said kids play tag up there. So there's children running in the hall up there.
Do you think that could be attached to the school that was here?
I don't know, because I don't see them or hear them. So but I've had that told to me at least 5 times.
Prior to this building being here, because of Bell's Tavern just being right behind us here, this wasn't a camp during the Civil War. There was tents and everything all out here with Civil War soldiers. This is where they camped because they had a lot of meetings over there at the old Bell's Tavern. So you can still find artifacts. Well, at first I was very skeptical until I actually experienced it myself, and then I was like, all right, okay, I see that this is not fake, it is real. And after a while, sometimes I'll be sitting in the office and I hear people out here on the porch talking and there's nobody out here. Or I see somebody walk by the window. And so I get we have cameras and I don't see anybody out here, and we're looking in the camera, we don't see anyone, there's no car. Especially if you try to, in a sense, communicate with them. I've tried to communicate before, and I've actually had an experience with my daughter. She passed away when she was 22, so. She passed away in 2006. So this was in 2006, maybe 3 months later. And I'm sitting on a chair in the hallway, and I fell asleep. So I see my daughter walking down the hallway, down the stairs. She came over to me. She kissed me on my cheek because she always kissed me on my right cheek. And I went like that. I woke up, I was like, I felt my cheek was wet. Like when someone gives you a kiss on your cheek, it's a little damp. And I just said, thank you, appreciate that. Yeah, I think owning places that are older or historic, been around a long time, it definitely does make a difference, and it's made a difference with me and the way I believe and feel. Some people have seen my daughter and her friend up in room 7. Before they even mentioned that, the first thing I thought to myself when I was first cleaning room 7, we restored this 6 years ago, is I thought, yeah, this is the room my daughter would like. It's really cool. It's kind of like the hippie room. It's got all the different yellow colors. My daughter liked a lot of hippie things. So I thought, yeah, she would like this room, this one out of all of them. So then about 3 or 4 years later, a person tells me, yeah, I saw 2 girls in room 7. And I'm like, really? I said, what were they wearing? So she explained to me what they were wearing. I knew exactly who it was right off the bat.
So I'm gonna set up this Zoom H6 right here, this hallway, so we can get some nice audio coverage here. So get that here. It's nice we have these microphones so that one's gonna shoot down this way, one's gonna shoot down this way, so it's gonna work out perfectly. All right, we are rolling. This is a session here at the Grand Victorian Inn. So what we have here is a tripwire, and what this does is it picks up EMF, electromagnetic frequencies. So if anything passes in front of these different colored lights you see on the ground, it's gonna change color according to how high the frequency is. So they say they hear kids running up and down this hallway. So we're gonna see if we can get them out to come play hide and seek with us, see if we can get any of these tripped. So we also have the EDI data logger over here, and we have a motion detector in the stairs.
Another thing we should look out for, and what's really cool, is that this is so visually based. So if a train does go by, a long-standing theory we have is that, like, you know, anything near a train station ramps up potential paranormal activity. So if we start seeing our stuff popping off when the train goes by, that's something worth paying close attention to.
Here at the Grand Victorian Inn, we're about 50 feet away from train tracks, and trains actively passing every hour or so. That's exciting to me because one of the most significant finds in APRA's history was about the same distance from an active train track. And we collected an EVP of a woman asking if that would be on the train. Not exactly sure what she was referring to, but it is definitely one of the most phenomenal EVPs collected in APRA's history, and something I'm hoping to test further. You know, is it possible that a passing train generates activity? Does it generate more energy in a building? That's something I haven't been able to test since I investigated the Saugus train station back in 2008. I think we'll test that here tonight to see if that theory holds any credibility. Hello, first thing I want to do is introduce myself. My name is Brandon.
I'm Mustafa.
We come here with the fullest respect for yourself in this beautiful hotel, this beautiful inn. We've heard that there's kids here that are playing hide and seek out in this hallway. If there are kids here, we'd like to talk with you possibly. We're not scary, we're not here to scare you at all. We just want to see if we can interact with you, play with you. See these purple lights here on the ground? If you run up to them or run past them, we can, see if you're coming out to play hide and seek with us. All of these devices here and these colored lights, they will not hurt you at all. You can go up and touch them and grab them and see if they light up for you. Did you hear that? Sound like a kid. You heard that, right?
You have the H.
It's running. Yeah.
It's running.
Was that you? Was that your voice?
Could you come out in the hallway? We have these toys over here.
Our backup lav microphones recorded an EVP we did not hear mid-investigation. Was that you? Was that your voice?
If you come and you touch them, there's also a box with a blinking red light. That's really fun.
Mustafa and I both have kids.
Oh, they like playing with our stuff, especially when they shouldn't.
I have a 2-year-old son.
I have a 6-year-old and a 3-year-old. She's gonna be 4. She's looking forward to her birthday party. She wants to make it mermaid themed again. She knows what she likes. What about you?
If there's anyone else here that's not the children that are heard here, or maybe the man that's been seen in these rooms, or the woman that's been seen on the staircase, we'd love to talk to any of you. Again, we're here with respect.
We were invited by Karen and Gary. You have a lot of love for this building. You've done a lot of renovations to it. I think it looks beautiful. What do you think? Can you see the work that they've done here?
So yeah, we're up here. We're hearing a few strange noises down into the hall, but it's a massive place. This hallway is huge, so we're just trying to see if we can make any kind of contact with what eyewitnesses say they see here. I mean, it's been
Again. Let me go see what that is.
Can you go in there?
Yeah, what could it possibly be? It's not that clock. It's not working. Sounds like it's coming from...
There it was again. It's out here again.
What?
I just heard it again.
You did?
Yeah.
Where did it come from?
It's like right over here. It almost sounds like something on this shelf.
Something on the shelf?
It sounded like right here.
Who's this?
I have no idea. Oh, there it is again. See?
It was like that.
Yeah, this is very similar to what it sounded like.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Mintz, is that you?
Whoa. What? What?
I just look like someone's standing right here. Look like a little, like about that tall. Oh, right there. Look like a little person.
Maybe they started the hide and seek game and they didn't tell us.
I swear it looked like it. At first I was like, I thought maybe I was looking at the chair right here. You know what I mean? But it was not that far back. It was right here, about to this height.
Again.
That was like a person's voice. Here, I want to play that back. Well, let's play that back. That was 18 minutes. I'm gonna stop this. Let me see if I want to play this back real quick. That was kind of strange.
Do you need headphones?
No, it's got a speaker on it.
What?
Did you hear that? It was like it sounded like a man's voice. Hold on.
All right, we are rolling. This is a session here at the Grand Victorian Inn.
Heard that?
Yeah. Oh. What?
Yeah.
That's a. Who is that?
I don't know.
What the? Clear as hell, dude. Listen. Well, I say we take it downstairs, or we pull it into the computer and analyze it.
Okay.
Let's do that. All right. Like Mustafa says, like he says something about like the owners of the hotel. So let's listen.
Not a guest who stay here. Hear footsteps in the hallway. People walking. Thought about something.
Here we go. This is it right here.
Read a lot about some of the owners here.
No, right here.
Okay.
Boy, it's way more voice. It's way
Yeah.
longer than it sounded like on there.
Yeah, dude.
Okay.
Whoa.
Is there a way, can we blow
And
that
you can
up?
see it's a
Hold on.
different accent and everything,
Hold
dog.
on.
It's Mens, bro. It's Eddie Mens. I'm telling you, dude.
Hold on. Let's do this. Give me a second. That was
I'm like,
That sounded like it
Yeah.
was just.
okay.
we need to.
Read a lot about some of the owners here.
Something this evening. I'll be down this evening. That's what it says. Listen, I'll be down this evening. Listen.
It's probably your owner.
Listen.
Read a lot about some of the owners here.
I'll be down this evening.
Yes.
Holy.
My God.
That's exactly what it sounds like. Wait, okay, play it
I'll
again.
be
Play it
down
again.
this evening.
I'll go with Emily.
Okay.
I'll do it. Okay. Want this?
Yeah. So once you get it up there, just set it down like on a nice area and just hit that record button right there.
You got it,
See
pal.
that?
Okay,
All
let's
right.
do this. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and set this. Just give me for a second, I'm fine. I'm gonna set this here. All right, first of all, I just wanna say hi. My name is Malia. I'm here with my friend Emily. And it kind of seems like you guys wanna play. I have a couple young goddaughters. One's name is Sophia, the other one is Camila. And they love playing tag, I'll tell ya. Do you guys want to play tag? We have a really fun little box and all these really pretty little purple lights. And if you set them off, I will know that you're here. And we can play. You don't have to be shy. We're a really playful group, I promise. We like to play.
I had a feeling, that's why I started walking over here. Felt like if I went over here, that I was gonna get set off because every time we start moving and we're like stationary, then it goes off. But that's not set off by me because I was over here.
We have a full house of people up here. So a lot of us are very playful.
All right, who wants to play with someone who's actually fun?
I'm really fun. Are you kidding me? My goddaughters love me. I'm like the queen.
Well, they have to love you because you're related to them.
That's not true. They're my goddaughters,
that's
all
true.
right?
That's true. Keep going, Malia. I'm just observing.
Great. Go have fun without me. Do you guys have a favorite room to play in? A lot of really cool people have lived here. The Mentz family is really, really impressive. Where did they go?
What? Heard something?
No, but who opened the employee's only door?
What?
Wasn't that closed?
Where?
Oh, yeah. It was supposed to be closed.
Oh, classic kid hiding spot, laundry room.
What?
EDI, let's go.
Go.
Oh, this just went off.
What did?
What?
This one off. Right here. This one.
Are you playing with us?
I'm pretty sure.
Wait, the motion detector
blue,
off is in
right?
here. Wait, the motion detector over here is off.
Does this change to blue?
Yeah.
Tripwire goes to blue if it's high EMF.
Yes, and then the motion detector, I think someone, go in here with the EDI.
Oh,
with the
someone
EDI.
went in.
Are you in here?
Oh my god.
That's me. Ooh.
This is room 7.
Dude, it is cold in here.
Is it?
Yeah,
They're playing with us.
it is cold.
Gary's daughter passed away in 2006, and for some reason, guests have seen it. People just looking have seen it. She's in room number 7.
Hello? Come on. I
Are
want to
you
win.
in
I've
here?
never won in tag. Not getting any environmental changes over here.
What about the bathroom?
Oh, yeah.
Did you guys run out again? Where did you go?
It all seems to be adding up. I mean, it was kind of weird, though, that we had the tripwire light go off. and
Yeah,
we're
because
like,
that hasn't gone off at all. And then the motion detector in that room went off.
It was
and it was
like,
faced in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it only goes off if you're in there. And no one was in
Where's
there.
that sitting though?
This? No, the tripwire light went off. This didn't go off. That was just up there.
Wait, doesn't that affect the tripwire?
No, absolutely not. This was up here.
Okay. That's what I'm asking.
Yeah, that's not going to affect the tripwire at all. That's just EMF does that. So even if you were to take this, see? Because that's why we use the EDIs, because they're very well insulated.
This is such a trip.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Wow.
Yeah, the EDI is like really, that's why we like to use them, because literally the only way to kind of like, you could shake it and then nothing will happen, but if you breathe on it, like that'll set it off. That's about it.
Are you still hiding in here?
So I had to ask you what happened in my bedroom.
What happened in your bedroom?
You all went into number 7.
Oh.
So Emily noticed that, so the tripwire, yeah, the paralight's up there. I left it on a table up there just in case we hear any noises while we're down here. But the tripwire had turned blue, and then I had the motion detector pointed towards the interior of room 7. It was, Malia made this connection where tripwire goes off, and then right diagonal of it, the motion detector went off after we started counting as if we were playing a game of hide and seek.
And after, when we started like looking for them is when that happened.
And then this was running the whole time.
In the laundry room, door was open and it's been closed.
That's weird.
Yeah.
So, like, I haven't, I mean, the entire time we've been here, that door's been closed the entire time. None of us were down there. I think a lot of ghost stories always start with the former owner dying and then haunting the place. And that could be the case here at the Grand Victorian. You have at least 3 of the previous owners that lived here, loved it here, and then died here. Are they who haunts the Grand Victorian? I don't know. But what I find even more peculiar with this location is just like the Conrad Caldwell, where William Caldwell carried an actual photo of the house in his pocket, even though it was his friend's house, because he wanted it so bad. Karen and Gary wanted this place for 10 years. What is it about these homes that is calling to people? It wasn't their family that built them. It wasn't a familial connection at that time that drew them to that place. So why are homes calling to people? What is it that is making people yearn for a structure? At the end of the day, that's what a house is. So maybe that's why it's such a romantic idea to think of former owners loving a place so much that when they die, they don't want to leave it.
Mustafa and I headed to Sweet Joy to see if the claims of a ghost tea party are related to the room's proximity to an active railroad.
All right, Brandon. Finally alone.
God, you wish.
Here we go.
This is a little weird. This room is a bit strange.
Yeah.
I don't know, like, I don't know if it's just the layout, you know, the look of this, like, cool Victorian room, you know, but it's a little weird. I do think it's really strange so far, this entire investigation, we have not had a single hit from the data logger in any way, shape, or form.
Nope.
No temperature changes, no pressure changes, no humidity, no EMF, nothing like that.
Well, that's what, like, a lot of times we think like, oh, there's a temperature change. Maybe it's just like ultra sensitive to changes in temperature, which happens in a room, especially when you're going from room to room in a home. But that's what just makes our other finds on other cases that much more interesting, especially when we're at the Jailer's Inn, we're following that cloud around. We have a device here. It's an orange box. You'll see a blinking red light on it. I don't know if you can see it. But we've been reading a lot about this, about the Grand Victorian Inn, also known as a men's hotel. It's a beautiful area here. We love it. The railroad's right across the street, even though I can imagine it might not be so fun if someone's sleeping and a train goes by. I can sleep through trains going off. It doesn't bother me. The fact that we have such close proximity to the ruins of the Bell's Tavern and then the railroad right across the street, and then our proximity to the Mammoth Cave, I think it's just a collective kind of trifecta of different environmental and geological factors that are conspiring, I guess, for the lack of a better word, to make a perfect storm of paranormal activity. So I'm excited to see what happens here and if any of these factors or a confluence of them will spur on the hauntings here.
Doing a sweep this whole like it's like 0 on milligas. Like, it's crazy. This place is like flat.
Which is good for investigating.
Yeah, it's
very
great.
good.
Upon hearing the incoming train, Mustafa makes a bet that we will finally register environmental changes on our data log.
$5. $5. All right, I got you.
got $5 already on this. It's still going, dude. It ain't over yet. I love gambling. It makes things so much more exciting. I see why people get addicted. Gambling's bad. If you're addicted, like, call that hotline. I don't know what it is, but it's...
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. God damn it. Friends have got up all night. God. Look it, it's still gone. Look.
Okay.
You can feel the roof shaking.
Yeah.
Look.
It's changing the pressure, dude.
That's interesting.
Whoa, dude. I'm getting like
Yeah,
goosebumps.
yeah, you can feel it. Look, it's still
big
going.
time. Pressure changes. Just pressure. And it's getting colder in here now.
Look.
Dude, it's getting colder in here now, but we're not registering any temperature drops.
What the hell, man?
Dude, I willed that, bro, because I don't want to lose the bet.
Well, I know the interesting thing is, I mean, like, the entire night we've had no environmental changes
None.
of any kind. Look, it's still. So you know what that means, right? I mean, that means in theory that, like, this train is changing the environment within this building. I mean, does that mean it's something supernatural? We can't say that, but it's very possible. Very possible.
So there's some kind of kinetic energy from the train that's ramping up whatever's here, or let's put on, you know, ghost enthusiast hat. I don't know, Mr. Mentz, Eddie Mentz, he worked on the railroad in his whole life. It's associated with this building, and he would bring travelers to the Mammoth Cave here, and he would, you know, take them, and he rode the railroad, and he rode it there, and he would take them to the hotel. But we do know that you did capture that really awesome EVP, Sagas.
That's what makes you wonder. I mean, we didn't have data loggers and that kind of technology at that time. So it makes you wonder if I did have data loggers in there when that train passed and we captured this phenomenal EVP, like, would there have been pressure changes associated with that?
The most fun I've ever had investigating my entire life.
Oh my
I
God.
can only assume some tomfoolery just went down.
So the train starts to pass, right?
Yeah,
We
loud
take
as hell.
All night EDI pluses are
Nothing.
not going off it. No, the EDI pluses are not going off, right?
Yeah.
We set it down on the table, and the train starts to pass, and Mustafa's like, bet you $5 it's gonna go off. I was like, oh, all right, here we go. We shake hands, pressure changes.
Okay, was it like it kept going on?
It wouldn't stop until the train stopped.
Do you hate it that I'm right, like, all the time about everything?
It's annoying as hell.
And this is the guy that's right all the time.
It sucks.
The world is
It
going
sucks.
mad.
I'm out $5, so.
Never make a bet with this guy.
So happy.
How many times you got?
Yo, I manifested this happening, bro.
Don't
I'm
say
telling
that.
You, I use my mind, bro. I'm telling you, I'm telekinetic,
All right.
dude.
Yeah. Do make it happen again.
I don't feel like
Make-
it. I don't feel like
yeah.
it. All right. Tell the
Likely
train to come by.
excuse.
Tell the train. How about this? I'll make a train come by right now.
No.
Shut up.
Oh, what's that?
Wait.
What's
Oh
that?
my, you gotta be kidding me. Can we get, come here.
I just made a train come by. Oh, that's temperature. That's temperature. That's temperature. Yeah, baby.
You know, there's so many claims here at the Grand Victorian Inn, it's almost hard to keep track of. I mean, you have everything from, you know, the sounds of a tea party to seeing a man, you know, trying to warm his hands by a fire. The Grand Victorian Inn is exactly the type of place I'm looking to acquire, not only as a research facility, but a place to live with my family.
So with Gary losing his daughter and people allegedly seeing her here, you know, one thing that we've noticed with a lot of locations we've been to is that these places house a lot of love, a lot of family. And so I don't think it's far-fetched for, you know, her to still be around here. She was here a lot. This is a place that she loved, and there's a connection to this place. And Gary and Karen's keeping it alive.
When it comes to the history of the Grand Victorian, I am personally drawn to the story of the Mentz family. I think what they endured is really inspiring.
What is it about this place that keeps people here? What is it about this place that people love?
I got started in the paranormal because I lost a brother to cancer and I lost a brother to suicide. So that was a very emotional, personal reason I got involved in this, type of research. I can't imagine what it's like to lose a child. I know my parents did. I grew up around that, seeing how they reacted and seeing how, it changed them forever.
We cannot say for certain if our findings at the Grand Victorian Inn are tied to the building's history. Rushing to define the source of our findings would be irresponsible and disrespectful to not only the location, but to Karen and Gary, who are keeping the Grand Vic's memory alive. What we can say, however, is that our own ghost story is now part of the Inn's long list of paranormal claims, and we are honored to be part of it.